Here we are in the first to finish shed, testing some sensors. I've been testing sensors over and over and over and trying to get things to work, and this is for the first to finish race products team AFU2 starting Christmas tree for the drag racing system. We had a cash days race last weekend. It was a lot of fun, had some great times with some fun people. And we used the Redneck Hobby Porta-Tree system, which was great. It got me away from working on this foolish thing for a couple minutes. That foolish thing's down there. But here we have a new finish line sensor test setup. So, what I remember from the Cash Days race was it's a real pain in the neck to set up these sensors and get them all lined up in the right spot. So way down in the end of the mess of the garage is a reflector mounted to a yoga block with this little shade surround on it. So way down there we have that. But how do you line this up with this when you're out in the wild? Well, I've put a base on it with some 1/4-20 feet. So we've got a 1/4-20 screw into a threaded nut, and you can just loosen the screw, tighten the screw, raise and lower the platform, get it on the right angle. But how do you know what the right angle is? Well, I printed these grooves on the top of this box. I left the back open because there is an adjustment screw so darn small, little flathead right there, brass screw, and that's what adjusts the width of the beam or some sort of thing on that beam, on that sensor, to be able to measure way out there. I took a set out last weekend. I couldn't get to that screw, and it wouldn't stretch the beam all the way across the track and make it about 8 feet. I need at least 10 or 11 feet, because these things will tend to be hit by cars that are doing 80 miles an hour and barely under control. Hence, we wanted to get the beams out of the center of the track so the yoga block won't do much damage. But back to the question, how do we aim this? Well, I found this cheap little laser level, and that keys right into the top here. I haven't leveled it. I haven't sighted it in. I just eyeballed it. But we can turn this laser on and look down here. I don't know how good the video will show. Oh, hey, look, we have a laser right in the middle of that reflector. So we are aimed and adjusted. And if we come down here, the other problem with the tree is the Porta-Tree is to aim and adjust the lights, you kind of have to turn the light system around. Last week I did something goofy. I did a video call from my personal cell phone to my work phone, and I had my personal cell phone aimed at the Christmas tree so I could see the status of the lights. On this guy, we see we've got a blue light on the side of it, which means the beam is aligned, and if I break the beam, the light turns off. So a quick indicator of whether or not we have the lights tuned, so if they do get hit by a car, we can run down, throw the laser on it, line them back up. We don't want them mounted fixed, because if they do get hit by a car, I think we want the stuff to go flying rather than rip the car in half. We've done that already. We've screwed finish sensors right to the ground, built turtles over them. Well, the turtles essentially became launch ramps. So according to Matt Levy, the next step is to get R2-D2 to deploy all of this stuff. I don't see how that's going to work, but I don't know. That'd be version 90 of the start tree. But again, so 5 minutes on the finish beams and 10-foot beams. The start beams are very similar, except they have 3 sensors. So we'll have 3 sensors: pre-stage, stage, and false start. So there will be no more deep staging. The false start beam will be just past the start line. So that is the current status. So I think I'm going to run the whole thing off of 3 batteries. 1 battery for all of the sensors, 1 for the 12-volt lights in the tree. Of course, we've all seen the tree. The tree's in this rifle cabinet over here. So there's all the lights on the tree. So one for the lights, 1 for the beams, and 1 for the Arduino, all of the brains. Have to look a little deeper. I bought a printer. Got to see how the printer will hook up. And of course the printer is like 24 volts and I have 20-volt batteries. So I have to work on that. Also have to do the programming to figure out how to get the Arduinos to print out on a sheet. So 5 minutes just turned into 6.5. Thanks for watching.